How's it going? How's it going? Rant and chill, Mr. Deadman here. We're going to talk about the harms of pornography. Gonna be that guy, huh? Anti-coomer. Anti-porn. This would be like some 90s PSA, public service announcement about the dangers of pornography and how you should just not do it. I mean, that's up to you, man. That's up to you. We'll get into it. First, though, I think, okay. There were some memes shared in the Discord relating to the Gunt. And I think it's only fair if I play my favorite. By the way, if you want to join the Discord, feel free to do so. Let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely drop in the link. Okay. Here we go. It's already playing. All right, let me go ahead and put it on the screen here. There we go. If you know what this is about, then you know what it is. Okay. That was fun. That was fun. Okay. Yeah, that the fight between Ethan Ralph and I guess Riley. He was trying to go after DigiBro, I suppose, but whatever. Things happen. Adult men. These are grown adults doing this stuff. The other thing is, it's pointed out by somebody else. Could Ethan Ralph be pregnant? I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. You see the size of this thing? The size of his Gunt? Look at that. There could be a little baby in there. I'm just saying. All right, that's enough of that. Enough of that. All right, guys. Porn is bad, okay? You shouldn't do it, okay? It scrambles your brain, makes you into a coomer who spends all his time masturbating. Instead of going outside to meet chicks, you stay inside and yank your chain, spank your monkey. Instead of going outside to hang out with friends, no, you stay inside for that porn. Okay. I hate to be that guy, but it is what it is. Some people are going to be like, oh, come on, man. Porn's not that bad. And I used to be one of them. Literally like 2 weeks ago. So I've been on this topic for a while. Mentally, I've been kind of thinking about it. It surprised my wife, and I was like, but she was like, hey, want to watch porn together? It's like, actually, no. When you watch porn, you're kind of enabling or you're supporting an industry that allows for human trafficking, that exploits women in a way that people don't really quite understand or don't really pay much attention to, especially and also sometimes kids. She was surprised by that, and I was like, I just rather fuck. So there's that. I tell you, it's weird because I shared the story when I was in 6th grade. What would it be, like 12 or something? I found my dad's stash of porn. It was a crazy amount, like 4 shelves worth of, like, in a bathroom closet or cabinet, whatever. It was tall, right? We're talking about 4 shelves. Each shelf had like 3 stacks all the way to the ceiling. Fucking crazy. I kept on sneaking those bad boys, those fucking magazines, like the Booty and Hustlers, into my room, would hide them between my mattresses. Man, I would spend all day in my room doing you know what. And that became my life, pretty much. You know, I said my vice growing up was Quake, playing a lot of Quake. I spent more time jacking off than I did playing games. That's true. You see me play games? I play games like I don't even know how to play them. I like them. But shit. The only game I mastered was how to be a coomer. That's porn. That's what porn does to you. You dive into it. It takes you. It's true. Of course, you hear it from all sorts of people, like Jordan Peterson and other people, like, porn's bad. What it does to your brain, releases dopamine, and the way it reacts to, or the way it releases dopamine in your brain, the way your brain reacts to it is like that of a drug, any sort of addiction, whether it be like gambling or let's say a drug or alcohol. And that's true. And after time being exposed to it, you crave more. You want more of it. You can't stop. Not only that, but because you crave this dopamine release, and you don't really understand it and realize that's what it is. What you're thinking is, I want porn. I want to see some titties. I want to see some ass. I want to see some pink. I want to see that stuff. And you think about it all day. But when you do see the titties, see the ass, see the pink, it's not enough. You need more. You need more and more. It changes. Because, see, the way dopamine works, of course, you probably already know, as your body releases it, or as your brain releases it, you start actually running out. I mean, yeah, your brain makes it, fine, yeah, but you start depleting it. Your body or your brain is not producing it to sustain the amount that you are releasing. So it's kind of like when you are a heavy coomer and you're looking for, I guess, harder pornography. You go down these rabbit holes to try to get that same sort of feeling, fulfill that craving. What's really going on is that you're looking for a way to release more dopamine. Try to get that fix like an addict would. Or a heroin addict, maybe exhausted all his veins and is like shooting between his toes or in his eyes or some shit. You have exhausted all the normal means of getting off, and now you're going to categories you would never tell anybody. Are we going to be honest here? Any coomers that want to be honest, how far have you gone? Huh? Maybe you started with tits. Maybe you started with ass. Maybe you started with Japanese. Where'd you go after that? How fucking hardcore did you have to go? What was it? I'm talking about like threesomes, orgies, the violent rape shit. The fuck me daddy shit. Don't clip that out of context. How far did he have to go? And you'd be like, oh, Mr. Deadman, you're talking about yourself. I don't know. See, here's the thing. With pornography, that's what happens. You go down to those categories. You know, for damn fucking sure you do. If you're into it, hardcore. Oh, yes, you do. Trying to chase that release, that dopamine release. Not only that, because you're constantly doing that, you lose the ability to delay gratification. That's not a good thing. I think parents would understand this. You know, when they have kids, they don't like it, or they get irritated when their kids become these kids that demand stuff right away. They demand it then, demand it now, and if you don't give it to them, or don't give them the whatever it is they want, they start freaking out and pouting and whatever shit. Probably bad example, because as kids involved in what we're talking about, but as a parent, that's what I think about. You as a coomer are someone who's really obsessed with porn to the point to where they're addicted, to the point to where they can't fight the urge. They can't resist self-gratification like that. You are like that spoiled piece of shit. You're like that person that demands what they want right then, right now, and you can't wait. Some will say, oh, but what's really the harm? Oh, we're talking about masturbation and shit like that. And I'm watching some titties, watching some ass. We're going to go deeper in this. We're just starting surface level. Surface level. Just the image of it, I think, should be enough. That's when I started waking up. What are you doing when you're masturbating like that? You're not a master of your domain, to use a Jerry Seinfeld reference, but you are a slave to your groin. You are a slave to your dick, slave to your pink, if you're a chick. You are like that of a monkey. In fact, you're no better than a monkey at that point. You are a savage. Yanking on your meat. In the 1950s, there was these researchers that played a trick on butterflies. Oh yeah, I'm talking about butterflies now. And they figured out that the male butterflies are attracted to certain female butterflies, to certain marks, whatever, very eye-catching to them, to the male butterflies. And they created duplicates out of cardboard, duplicates of these female butterflies out of cardboard that were so vivid, they worked so well, that the males would rather mate with the cardboard butterflies than mate with the actual female butterflies. That's where we are. That's what we do. That's where we are as a society. We would rather mate with cardboard. We're doing it now. People would rather have sex with pillows, virtual girls, or with their hand, thinking in their mind that it's something else. If you're single, okay, whatever. If you're in a relationship, what are you doing? Honestly, what the fuck are you doing? You could be in the room banging your girl, but instead, you're banging your hand. It's one thing for an insect to be fooled by just a cardboard butterfly. It's one thing for monkeys to be, because they did this sort of experiment with monkeys too, of course. For monkeys to be tricked by just fake shit like that. But we do that. We're no better. So when you're in your room or wherever you are, and you're just masturbating like that, and you shoot that load off in your fucking hand or wherever you go, sick, sad, pathetic. I mean, keep in mind, at the end of all this, you do you, right? I'm just expressing how I feel about it. Like, if you still want to do it, that's fine, man. That's on you. But I'm just saying, let me just ask this. Does it look good? It doesn't, right? And we can get to the other harmful effects as that the industry has, especially when it comes to endorsing. Well, let's get that human trafficking and the effect that it has on women, really. Oh, first off, actually, another effect that it has on men that I should really get into here is porn is just a fantasy. That's all it is. All the stuff you see, everything you see from the start of the film, start of the video to the end is one giant bullshit fest of fantasy and make-believe. The girls are not into it like the way you think they are, the way they fake it. First off, they're either drunk, on drugs, and the drugs could be anything. It could be cocaine, it could be smoking some weed, maybe taking some ecstasy, maybe some opiates before they go. And sometimes they have to do that shit to fight the pain. Like there's intense anal scenes. Like there's, for goddamn sure, there's no chicks dig that shit, especially when I name some porn videos. Name some production videos. What is that one called? Like Perv? I think it's called Perv City. The one that does the anal gapes. That's their thing. There's no way any chick would just do that without getting paid or without getting coerced. That's the other thing. These chicks do get paid, though probably not surprising. The amount they get paid is actually gone down. It's gone down because chicks are willing to do a lot for very little. And also because there's a lot less money in it. Oh yeah, there's money in the porn industry. But the money, most of it is going to these hosting sites like Pornhub and shit like that, and going to the people who host them, which is pretty much one guy. I think it's called MindGeek, and it's owned by some dude of a certain religious persuasion. I can't. Okay, I was in there. Well, the fiend vids are all real? Probably. And okay, in the Belle Delphine vids, they get into an interesting topic of, I guess you could say, like ethical porn shit. I don't know. We'll explore that topic in a later stream. I want to keep this one more focused with the harms and should the government get involved and all that stuff. Which I guess we'll cut to the chase. I don't think the government should really get involved, but I'll get more into that. I'll explain. But yes, obviously porn is going to have a horrible effect to with your relationship. Like if you're if you want to have a safe or a stable relationship with a woman, or want to be your fiance, get married and all that stuff, porn is definitely going to be a very disruptive element in that lifestyle. So I would definitely avoid it. And usually, I said the exact opposite years ago, where I was like, what's the big deal looking up porn? It's not like you're cheating. And see, but that's not the equivalency. It's not that the chicks think you're cheating, but they do feel like betrayed in that they're there in the flesh, they're the real thing. They're right there in the room next to you, or in the other room. You could be banging her. You could, y'all could be having sex, but instead, you fire up some shit. Of course, be like, well, these titties look better. This ass looks better. True. Maybe. Yeah. This porn star chicks, or the chicks you see in these videos, yeah, I'm guaranteed they look better than the girl that you're with now. You'd rather have sex to the fantasy than sex with the real thing. And that's the other thing that leads to this. See, with men, is that the other harm that the porn has is that it does lead to erectile dysfunction. That's true. It seems like a joke. But what they mean is that you reach a point with your Coomer porn consumption lifestyle where you don't get it up to real chicks. Yet if you do get it up to real chicks, you can't come, apparently, without fantasizing about porn, without replaying certain, I guess, porn clips and vids in your mind. Now, in this one, it's kind of interesting because it's like, okay, well, what about women? Don't women fantasize about particular people that they want to bang sometimes in sex or while fucking, and helps them get off? I mean, even without porn, it's like, well, haven't you ever, like when you're banging your girl, maybe fantasize about somebody else, think about somebody else? If you're honest, you'd say yes. See, I'll tell you too, as someone who is a struggling coomer, these harms don't really sound all that convincing. Right. It's more of a preference. And you're hearing this from someone who's smoking tobacco, right? Obviously, I don't really give two shits about what this is doing to me. So far, everything I said is more about a preference. Do you care about being a slave to your dick? Do you care to the fact that you'll constantly want more, maybe more hardcore stuff? You have to be really in the dark about what you see, what you watch, what you get off to. You want to be that guy? What the hell's going on out there? What the hell's going on out there? Like a lawnmower. Shit. Anyway. All right, let's get into the real facts. And this part is going to make me kind of sound like an SJW. I guarantee you. I'm going to sound like one of those fucking feminist broads that are like, the objectification of women and all that shit. First off, I don't care about those arguments because everybody objectifies everything. We evolved as a species to objectify. Holy shit, that is fucking loud. Neighbors, what can I do, right? But yeah, we evolved as a species to react to the objects in a certain way. Like, because what are we anyway besides just objects stacked upon objects to make one object that is human being? Okay, kind of crude way to explain it. And we evolved to react to respond to certain cues, like whether it be breasts, or be curves, be long hair, eyes, whatever it is. We've evolved that way. Making your wife mow the lawn is good for your marriage, Devin. Damn straight. You know what it is? She knows what happens. She tried to protest, but I was like, go get a switch. She brought a tiny switch. It was intense after that. Gotta tell you, life is going pretty well now that I converted to Muslim or Islam. Anyway. So yeah, the whole objectification thing, I'm not too worried about. It's whatever. We all objectify people. Women do it too. Men do it. Everybody does it. The thing that bothers me, I guess, ethically, is that the women are pretty much coerced to do this shit. And I know it's like, well, they're getting paid for it, right? They're getting paid maybe a couple $100 for, or maybe I think it's actually less money than you would imagine. It's like $75 for a normal boy on girl scene. Maybe $100 for another for like I think it was like $50 for a blowjob scene, 75, maybe 100 for a boy on girl, maybe a little bit more for anal, all this shit. But it depends. And when you start adding additional people, it definitely increases. And of course, it'd be like they're getting paid to do it. Sure, yeah. They are getting paid to do it. So it's hard to feel sorry for them. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for them because I don't feel sorry for them either. I feel more of pity. I think pity is the word I'm looking for. Because these chicks that get into this industry thinking that it's going to shower them with money, they get into it for the attention. They get into it because it's very quick, easy money, and easy attention. And usually, we'll read some of the stories, the revenge stories, later on during these streams because this could be a whole thing. Anti-Coomer month, I guess you could say, or at least going into April. Shit, 72 virgins? 72 virgins would be sweet. Fuck yeah, dude. Some of these chicks that get into this stuff because they are looking for revenge. They're looking to get back at somebody. They feel like they were abused as a child. Maybe they were. But y'all heard that interview? Let me shut something real fast. One moment. It's like that Dark Side Field joke video where the lawnmower starts or whatever. That's what it sounds like. You know, but if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at others, right? That's how I honestly feel. Anyway, talking about, oh yeah, the girls being coerced and going into the shit. So here's the thing. It's hard for me to enjoy porn knowing that these chicks are all fucked up. Completely fucked up. I'm all fucked up in the head, first off. Probably been molested, abused, whatever. Yeah, they're going into this for the money, whatever. They get paid for it, whatever. But in order to do it, they have to be fucking drunk, on pills, high, out of their fucking mind, disconnected from the whole thing. Because what they're doing is they're taking giant cocks up the ass, maybe 2 at a time, destroying it to the point where they bleed. You know, they have to wear fucking pads. You know, the ass doesn't heal as you might think. Sometimes they actually need surgery. Sometimes it takes some time and it heals eventually. But they have anal bleeding. Okay? They're not doing normal shit. They're doing crazy fucking wild shit that really, honestly, most people would never, ever even think of doing if it wasn't for the fact that it's porn and they're trying to produce hardcore stuff, more hardcore stuff to satisfy the coomers like me, like you, because we've depleted our dopamine, because we need more and more and more to satisfy more hardcore stuff. It's this cycle. It feeds into itself, right? The industry wants more hardcore stuff. Okay, they'll produce more hardcore stuff. The money is decreasing a little bit. The pay is going down a little bit. But so in order for it to produce the more hardcore stuff, the girls have to be more fucked up in the head, more fucked up altogether. It's hard to... Well, it's sometimes the chicks they find may not actually be of age. That's the other thing. It's hard to really... How can you support an industry where it's pretty easy for someone underage to fake their way in or lie their way in? Sometimes they're not even lying. Sometimes the producers or the director or whatever you want to call them that know that they're underage. They film it anyway. And they put that shit out there anyway. As if it's like legit shit. You know, you do learn a lot when you listen to these ex-porn stars talk about various directors, various porn producers. Remember, Hugh Hefner, Playboy. Oh, Playboy's like PC compared to everything else, right? Or I said PG, not PC, but PG. Compared to other porn, Playboy is like rated G, right? You would agree? It's like pretty soft core. I had no idea that Hugh Hefner, though, had a pretty good collection of, like, deep-seated, degenerate taboo shit, apparently, according to some of the porn stars that have come out and talked about it, or the ex Playboy bunnies, whatever. I worked with them. Apparently, he was all into that shit. But anyway, let me put this back on the track of women, how it affects them. Right? Who cares about women, right? But for the ladies, like they go into this, if they go into this industry thinking they want attention. Okay, fine. You're gonna get attention, but you're not gonna get respect, and you're not gonna get dignity. See, there's a reason why I think these feminists harp on objectification so much, because these same feminists probably can't say the words, can't say the phrase. The chicks that do this stuff lose dignity. They lose respect because they might get attacked by sex workers. But let's be honest here, and this is even towards the sex workers that may listen to this. There is no dignity. There's no respect in porn. Absolutely none. When men get off to chicks, porn stars, and they follow porn stars, they're not following them because they respect them. They're not following because they think they're dignified in any sort of way. No, they follow them because they think they're hot and they want their chance at the cum dumpster, pretty much. That's what it is. Hate to put it in such vulgar terms, but that's what it is. They like a certain cum dumpster. They want to add into it. Okay, that's what it is. Like I have a thing for Tara Patrick. I think that was the first porn star I really sort of gravitated towards. She's fucking hot. But all it is waiting my turn for the cum dumpster. That's all it is. I mean, there ain't no fucking respect. Who respects a porn star? No one does. And you hear these porn stars complain about why they can't get gigs in Hollywood because they don't fucking respect you. Then again, at the same time, who in their right mind would fucking respect an actress or an actor, especially knowing they get their roles not by skill but by their mouth? How much Jewish cock they can take in their fucking mouth. And that's what it is, right? But the whole separate topic, though. I mean, you have it where right now, I guess in a way, with the music industry, they're trying to push us to respect people like Cardi B and shit like that. These strippers. Yeah. Do strippers deserve respect? What? Fuck that shit. Nah, man. Respect? No. Attention? Oh yeah, you'll get it. Dignity? No. So, the detrimental effect that porn has to women is pretty great. Pretty great, especially if you're a feminist and you're sex positive. Honestly, I think that's kind of retarded. I think that's very fucking retarded. And I used to be I'd bat for that shit, would argue for that shit. But I think it's pretty fucking retarded to be sex positive and a feminist. It doesn't make any sense. Unless you're saying like, oh, I don't know, because there's no dignity, there's no respect. It's just you're being wasted. That's all you are. You're being used for your body. That's all it is. And the other ones, like I said, this whole thing is making me sound like a massive fucking SJW, like some sort of Nita Sarkeesian or Zoe Quinn or whatever. But when those two went off about fucking video games or what are media exploiting women or whether they're talking nonsense bullshit and they're just fucking idiots. I guess, put it this way. If you have a daughter and you found out your daughter wanted to work porn, what would you do? What would you say? Would you take any sort of actions? I would be very disappointed. I would be like, fuck, where did I go wrong? Jesus Christ. But like, No, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna listen to these horror fucking stories of what you're gonna do. You think, okay, you want that easy money? You want to get on your knees and get the easy fucking money? No. Before you do that, you're gonna hear these fucking horror stories about from these porn stars that get used and worn out, and they're out of the fucking industry. They're telling all. They're like, man, it's not worth the money. It's not worth the attention. It's not worth it. Your insides are bleeding out from taking all those cocks. You're constantly high, constantly wasted, constantly getting STDs, constantly banged up and bruised, around people that are going to like choke you out, throw you down. Oh, when I say coarse, by the way, there's something I was going to say, but I kind of lost my train of thought, which is going to happen, right? These things are loose, no script. But sometimes these chicks, and what I'll tell my daughter, and what I hope you would tell your daughter too, if they ever came out with the same, sometimes these chicks, it's not about the money. Sometimes these chicks, they go to a gig, they think it's going to be a blowjob thing. Oh, it turns out it's going to be a forced blowjob and a gangbang. I didn't sign up for a gangbang. Oh, but that's what it is. And they try to say no to it. They're like, well, here's the money. And they try to say no to it then. Sometimes it's been known that these porn producers may take violent means, violent ways to get them to cooperate. Would anyone be surprised if behind closed doors, someone might use, I don't know, violence to get these porn stars, these chicks, these thoughts, these fucking whores to cooperate? Of course they will. And we use terminology like that, call them whores. I mean, that's even how the industry sees them. That's even how the directors and the producers see them. There's no respect, like I said, no dignity. Those are a bunch of mentally fucked up people just enabling themselves, going further down a rabbit hole of degeneracy. And there's people who defend the industry as if it's like wholesome, as if like there's nothing wrong with it, as if everything's okay, as if it's natural. What's natural about taking 2 cocks in the ass? There ain't nothing natural about that shit. What's natural about constantly needing to be fucking doped up to do your fucking job? Ain't fucking natural about that. What's fucking natural about a fucking bukkake? There ain't no fucking not natural about that shit. Poor girl want to do something lower the pond. Let's see. Did you see the episode of the Kill Stream last week when Ralph had the porn star? Yeah, I did. And I did sort of hate watch that one. I never feel good hate watching the Kill Stream because I'm like, what am I doing here, man? Oh, and I kind of hate watch the, I think a segment of the Dick Show when he had some dude who's in the military talk about how woke it's getting. I hate to admit it, but that was a good segment. That was good. That was good. Take that. Is what it is. Let me read you guys' comments. Are you just mad that they're strong individual women? Oh yeah, they're strong individual women. They need heroin in their veins. They need the be chasing the dragon while they're pounding that giant cock. It's funny too. They hear these porn stars talk about this shit. You realize giant cock. That's something they'd be selling. And that's something they'd be selling. But these chicks, when they talk about it behind the scenes, it's like, it hurts them. So, all you guys that pack at a 4-incher, guess what? I guess it's not so bad, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it looks painful. You see those tiny chicks, the tiny petite chicks, they're banging those massive schlongs. It's like, dude, like you're like hitting everything. You're tearing up her insides. It's like, okay. You know for damn sure there's a UTI from that thing. Oh, in those scenes where they go from like ass to mouth, oh, gross. But when they go ass to pussy, you know there's a UTI in that shit. Oh, It was anal gape scenes where the chicks are licking the gaped asshole. First off, it looks red and pulpy and bloody. What are you doing? Be like, Mr. Devin, what are you watching? The same shit you watch. And you know it's true. These are things you got to bring up. These are things you got to bring up whenever you have someone in your family, let's say your daughter, who's like, oh, I want to be a porn star. It's like, no. I don't think you realize what happens. Now, let's get into the end of this thing. Should the government get involved in censoring this stuff? Should the government get involved in controlling porn? I'm not a libertarian. I think the government does need to play a role in some ways to kind of help society, if you will. But I don't want the government to be involved necessarily. Like, do we? Let me put it that way. Let me ask you guys. Do you think the government should be involved in banning pornography? Is that what we need? I don't know if that's the route I would go. I don't want that. Because it's not like porn needs to be eliminated altogether. It's this the pursuit of to produce the most hardcore of hardcore pornography is not doing anyone any favors. In fact, if anything, that pursuit to produce the most hardcore of hardcore pornography, if anything, that ruins society. The kids watch that shit. They think that shit is normal. They think, oh, that's normal sex. Okay. All right. The chicks watch that shit. They think, oh, that's what sex is? Fuck that. I don't want to be a girl anymore. I'm a man. You know what? I don't even want to be a man anymore. I'm a whatever. I don't even want to even be anything, you know? Some chicks watch that shit. Okay. They say sign me up. Israel banned porn. Sort of. I'm sure you can still get your hands on it just fine. But they banned internet service providers from providing or listing porn websites in Israel anyway. I'm sure you can use a VPN and bypass that. I'm not exactly sure how successful it would be, whatever, because I don't live in Israel. I'm just talking about what I've heard and what I've read about. It's interesting that they do that. There was a documentary or an article. What was an article? Oh, it was like a video. Like, yeah, a little documentary thing in Al Jazeera talking about a certain link between a certain religious persuasion and porn. If I talked about that, it'd be like, oh, that's anti-Semitic. But I don't know. I mean, it was talked about. I mean, it's a documentary there in Al Jazeera. Maybe there's something to it. I don't know. I don't have anything against the Jews, but why can't we talk about certain links? But I'm sidestepping the question here, really. I'm just getting further. I don't think the government should be involved in necessarily banning or stopping it, making it illegal. Should there be some sort of regulation in it? Maybe. Because how else do you stop people, right? You're going to be like, well, I think the best. I'm hesitant on the government thing. I really am, because it can get out of hand. It can be used in other ways that people would regret, be taken too far. I think people just need to be more educated and be more informed as what is going on with pornography. Like when you go to Pornhub, you go to X videos, maybe you're not watching the more hardcore shit. Maybe you're watching, I don't know, some basic shit. Okay, all right. So you're watching that. You're not directly contributing one way or the other, are you? I mean, you are using a service. I mean, you can make the argument that you're part of it. But let's say you're watching, and we'll make this a whole other topic for another stream. What maybe some people may call like ethical porn, like porn that's produced like amateur style, like between like two, I guess couples or whatever. No one's being coerced or whatever. There's no behind the scenes fuckery. There's no 15-year-olds pretending to be 18 like Tracy Lords back in the day and some other porn stars. That it's funny how their names don't get really mentioned, because if they are, it's like all that material gets yeeted, as it should be. I think people just need to be more informed, be educated about what it is. And honestly, married couples, I mean, should they be watching porn? Should they be obsessed with porn, be consuming it all the time? I don't think so. I mean, some married couples are into an open sexual lifestyle. I disavow that. I don't think that's a good idea. I think those lifestyles lead to more drama. I think it leads to more bullshit. Anyway, so what do you guys think about it? Will PPP's little brother ever find justice? I hear PPP passed him over to Surfer. So sad. Little brother, you mean Ethan? I have no idea what you're talking about. Dude, I'm trying to eat a fucking sandwich here. No, I just need to reintroduce the concept of shame instead of celebrating sex work. There you go, Dave. That's a good idea. Introduce the concept of shame. Some people equate shame to bullying. Shame is not bullying, okay? Shame is just a reminder that you're not someone to be worshipped. That shame is just a reminder that you've gone too far, okay? You need to fix something. You need to stop. You need to correct your ways. Shame can be a good thing. And I agree. Some of these people could use more shame. Let's see. PPP, or I said PPP. ZXV. Wow, I can't even read right now. Pawn gives predators like PPP an outlet, so we won't. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Deadman. The governor will take this under advisement. Did your ex-wife make you do this vid? See the kids again? No. We're still married. Don't worry. But this did have me think about my ex-fiance, about how crazy shit went with that relationship, and porn was involved quite a bit. I kind of told that story. That was the one that ended with like a threesome and all this shit. Two chicks, and not two dudes. I would never do a devil's with what they call it, devil's threesome. I have no fuck idea what they call it. It's when two dudes are with one chick. Nah, I ain't doing that shit. Too close to being gay. And also very cucky. ZXV says, I mean, you exposed PPP with a pic. Oh, I never showed a pic. I never showed a picture of PPP. In fact, even in that same stream towards half of it, I even said, I'm fucking around, guys. I'm joking around. You know, that's a thing, and that's, you know, I said I could show those pics, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to go that low. I'm not going to go that low. Anyway, so I think this stream will start a series of where we just kind of go into in more depth the negative side, the dark side of pornography. It's not going to be every rant and chill. It'll be here and there, maybe like once a week or something. Kind of keep it consistent. I mean, you can see that stream yourself. It's still up. It's still up. And then my little, I guess, remorse videos are still up too. Or pretty much all it was I think PPP was going too far on some things. When he exaggerates shit, when he exaggerates things and kind of goes far on a limb about certain things based on very little evidence, like maybe a photograph. It's like, dude, what are you doing? And I know the guy's really into wrestling and really into like, I don't know, just exaggerating things for theatrics to entertain you guys. That's what it's about. It's like, man, that's too much. So I pretty much did to him what he does to others, using his Kiwi Farms thread and all that shit. Because at the end he was like, how the hell did you even get this information? I was like, dude, Kiwi Farms, the same shit. Like, where do you get your information? You know, it's like, come on. And at the end of the day, he didn't like what I did. I knew he wasn't going to like what I did. I wasn't expecting a little threat like, maybe I should dox your family or whatever. Do you want your family to be targeted? And I was like, okay. Oh, that's where we're going. Okay. All right. Well, it's done, guys. It's done. Oh, well, I only ban people in chat for one reason, and that's doxing. Nobody's doxing in the chat. You guys can bust my balls about all sorts of stuff. It don't fucking matter. You guys can call me gay, faggot. You guys can call me cuck. Say I'm divorced. Say I'll never see my kids. You guys could say I'm 5'1". You guys could say I'm a pedo. You guys could say I fuck kids with Epstein and the Clintons. You could say I choked out George Floyd. Or I don't know. You could say I'm a horrible husband and a horrible father, that my kids hate me. You can say all sorts of shit. That's fine. I mean, you could say that. I don't encourage it. I guess I kind of just did right there. But, yeah, it is what it is. Need more viewers? Yeah, that's the thing I'm trying to work on. I think make these streams more consistent in theme, maybe. Oh, which, by the way, I mean, I could easily talk about more Gunt stuff and whatever for the views, but I think just have more fun with these rants and chills. Talk about more fun shit. I know this stream wasn't very fun talking about porn and harmful effects. Okay, guys, don't watch porn. It's bad. Okay, it's all right. Anyway, do you think Ralph versus Riley Cage fight will really happen, or is it just a LARP? I don't think it's gonna happen. Do you guys think? Because apparently there's a Ralph versus Riley cage fight. After that fight at his house, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Do you? Do you think it will? Dick was trying to get Riley to talk to Ethan, but that wasn't happening. And Dick might find that Riley and them are gonna turn their backs on Dick, because Dick is kind of like siding with Ralph on this one. Bring back the dinosaur. Yeah, I might do that with another channel. I have a game and chill channel that's just sitting there, and make that content more over there. Oh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the stream now. Okay. I'm going to take care of some shit. And I'll be back, of course, probably tomorrow. There's a Hard Talk Radio tonight. Should be fun. We'll be talking about sexy vampires. Look, I might be against porn, but when it comes to TNA, I still have there's a line there. I'm not trying to say that you should just ban all sexualized images and shit altogether. It's hardcore pornography. It's violent hardcore pornography. That's what it is. That's the main concern. And what it allows to flourish underneath, which is a whole industry of trafficking and shit like that, okay? And that's not good on society. There's no way you can argue that's good for society. Hardcore violent pornography. 14-year-olds watching some chick getting choked out while she's getting two cocks slammed in her ass. Is that good for society? I might be sounding like one of those Puritans. If I sound like a Puritan to you, then maybe you're not really getting the nuance of it. Or maybe you're thinking I'd go really extreme and be like, ban all sexual images altogether. Nah, I'm not for that. Anyway, you guys have a good one.